Welcome back to Sweat Equity. Eric Valdez alongside Jules Johnson and Lynn Lopez, guys. Hope y'all having a great day. All right, here. First off, guys, all right, I just want to start off by congratulating my co-host here. All right, on the second born, right here. All right, had his daughter, now got his son. All right,
the son.
Super happy for him like that. How you feeling right now?
Bro.
Tired.
Exhausted. But no, man, it's good. You got the little ones at home. And
we talked a little bit like, tell them why you're exhausted, though.
So,
not because of the baby.
It's not the baby, bro. It's not the baby. It's you go to the hospital and you're there. You want to be supportive, and you can't bring your baby home, but you're in the hospital, bro. And every 20 minutes, there's a nurse coming in. There's a nurse for the baby. There's a nurse for the wife. There's a team of people that come in, and all they do is check the vital signs. Then there's the pediatrician that actually comes in. Then there's her doctor, the gynecologist that actually comes in, and they're on this like every 30-second rotation. It's almost like they sit outside the door and they'll be like, I think they're about to go to sleep. Let's go in now. So exactly. So that's crazy. But
I just had mine, in December, so I know exactly what you're going through. And I was like, I didn't care at all about freaking sleeping on that freaking uncomfortable couch in there.
Right.
We don't get no luxury bed like she does. All right. Like that. I'm asleep, she asleep, the baby asleep. Yeah, I'm like, oh, it is like 2:30 in the morning. Why?
And they come in at 2:30 in the morning and they flip the light on, and you're
everything.
Like, "Come on, fam, what are you doing?"
Everything they draw back the blinds, everything, man. Everybody gotta wake up. Everybody,
right. It's like, come on, man. We do not need to do this right now. We don't need to do this right now. That's crazy.
I feel for you for sure.
But it's definitely good. We're back. We're all home. She's good. Baby's good. So we're just chilling.
Nice.
Like that. All right, so with this, like that, have you ever heard of the couples pregnancy phenomenon?
So we kind of talked about it the other day, like we did, and then I looked it up, and I was like, it's crazy, like it's a physiological, like crazy thing that goes on that you don't even know is really happening.
Yeah, no, like, so me personally, this is one thing that I've been looking up, since I've had my son in December, and it's like, cause man, like something is off, like,
right.
I, as in tune as I am with my own body and stuff like that, I know something's off. I can feel that I'm just a lot more lethargic and just I'm a lot weaker. I'm my like cravings, my cravings have really boosted up, but like my hunger, like to eat regularly, has really gone down. So that's a real bad thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I have like a lot of cravings, and it sucks for me because I'm a sweet guy. You know what I mean? Like that. So
you're always craving.
Yeah,
like
I'm
the
craving
nastiness.
things, but I don't want to eat actual food.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that. And so like one thing I really want to do a deep dive and really understand more, if we can get someone on the show or something like that, or I could talk to a physician that really knows about this and stuff like that. So the big things that are coming up, for this like that is that it's almost like this. When I first thought of this, like instantly I thought about when women y'all sync up. Mm-hmm. Tell me you don't have a bestie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Bro,
like you hang out with somebody long
or
enough.
a daughter.
They sync up. They got like Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Bro, they Bluetooth.
Exactly.
And then the lone dude is in the house mad as shit because you cannot win.
And so this is what it is, and it's just crazy. I was like, man, obviously there's a common denominator, and the women have some type of device in there.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, some Bluetooth device. But that's what exactly, because progesterone and prolactin,
right,
are commonly known,
yes,
like as the pregnancy hormones,
right?
Obviously preparing the female, for childbirth,
right?
And so, it's just a weird thing knowing that you're with your partner and like you're spending night and day with them, especially at this time, throughout, especially like what would you say that you're really with her a lot more often? I'll probably say about a month out.
Bro, so it's definitely that last 4 weeks, like from 36 to 40 weeks, because once they say once you hit 38, the baby can come at any time.
Anytime, yeah. You're just there, ready.
So the first that 36, you're there. You got doctor's appointments every week, so you're doing that, and then at 38 weeks, like you're always together.
Yeah, I would say about a good 4 to 6 weeks right before that happens. Like, yeah, you're just like we're just on eggshells.
Yeah, phone rings. You're like,
yeah,
what's
anything.
going on?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
And so like there you go. That's another reason why. So that's affecting her hormones, and it's obviously rubbing off on us.
Right.
Being a father, and so. When that happens, in a male, your testosterone levels decrease, and then your estrogen levels, increase, and then a lot of other slew of things, are affected with that, with it, as for like what I'm just telling you too, like that. So I'm feeling a lot more lethargic, not as much energized and things like that. And I've told you several times, before during our workouts or just after, like we had a great workout on Monday. Like honestly, today was the first day I woke up and I didn't feel as bad, like that, but like, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like, man, I just felt like I was like my body was destroyed. You know what I mean? Your stress levels are increasing, and then again going back to the food, your food intake, you're not as hungry as much, but you're having a lot of cravings, and like everything I'm describing is basically what a female feels.
So, but when you think about like the physiological part of it, like it makes sense because like your favorite creature, the bear, before they go into hibernate, they eat a bunch of fatty bullshit because they're gonna sleep they're gonna sleep all week.
Yeah.
And so then, when because I never understood this. I never understood how a woman gets pregnant. The baby's born 7 pounds, but you put on 60 pounds during the pregnancy. And I'm like, what is that from? But it's because your body's creating a bunch of fat.
That thing is feeding, it's eating your wife.
But they create a bunch of their body creates a bunch of stuff because because we're animals. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. But what you do is when you have a baby, you really stay at home and take care of it. Like you don't go out, you don't do this. So the body designs itself to eat off of itself. While you're. And
so going back to that natural instinct, caveman primal things like that, what you're talking about, and it's primal. True. Yeah. You know what I mean? So what you're looking to do while your body's going through these changes and everything that I was doing the research with is that it's ready for the long nights. Of you being up, out of tune of your regular sleep schedule and things like that, and then your body itself needs to be ready. Well, let's take it in the sense of back in the caveman, like that. I can't go out and hunt. Regular like I used to.
Right.
So that
close.
I have to stay close. So that means that now I have to put on this body fat because I know I need to stay close, protect my family and everything like that. I can't be out, 8-10 hours a day hunting some freaking, some ligers like that, and burning all these calories.
But that's it.
You got to stay close, and so because you're not burning a lot of calories, you need to stay close, and and then obviously the food source itself, is going to be burning calories and things like that.
And so you start craving fatty, nasty foods.
Well, for me, and my thing is the ice creams and the Oreos and right now,
I did have a stack of Oreos the other night though,
bro. Like right now, I got my sister-in-law. Shout out to my sister-in-law. All right, I freaking like that. Like she, my wife is out of town right now for a whole week for work. So my sister came in to help me out with my son at night and stuff like that. But she's just as bad as my wife. All right, I'm thinking, you know what? I meal prepped on Monday. I cooked all my chicken and everything like that, and had my veggies and stuff like that all ready to go. And then like the first night, man, she made this bomb ass fucking ceviche. Right, bro. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Okay.
All right, I get back from the gym, right? Right, and then I come home and like this is one thing that I was telling Lynn. I was like, man, I'm really tired of getting home late at night. By the time I get home, it's about 10:30. So I eat, I shower, and then by the time I shower and I change and I get in bed, and then I finally start my routine of getting to bed. So man, it's already like 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? And then like that. So I get home right like that, and I'm thinking, all right, I got the chicken, I got the ceviche. That's all a good meal right there. bro. Open up the go in the cupboard and stuff like that. In our Oreos, chewy Chips Ahoy.
Oh yeah.
The
Blessed. Blessed.
All right.
Blessed.
I'm sorry. Why are you complaining?
Freaking open up. And when I saw that, I instantly went to the refrigerator. Freaking ice cream cones and stuff like that. I was like, what the heck, man? I thought, my wife is gone. I don't have to freaking deal with all this stuff. Because I tell her all the time, out of sight, out of mind is the game I play in the house. You know what I mean? But if it's in the house and I see it, it's going to get eaten.
Bro, that doesn't.
On.
So I'll go. Because it's just a thing. It's just a thing. And, Latin women they take care of you, right? Like, they take care of you. So when I'm like, man, I'm getting ready for a tournament. I'm getting ready for a tournament. Like, nah, fam, you ain't getting ready for a tournament like that. Here's some tortillas. Here's some frijoles. Like, you finna eat. And it's like,
you carb loaded.
right? Like, come on.
Dude, and Ellie's cooking?
There was a basket, bro. There was a basket. Cross my heart with stretch and elastic. This basket had a bag of M&Ms in it, a box of Little Debbie's Cosmic Brownies.
I could pass on those. That's
bro,
too much chocolate for me.
Bro,
she had the it's called ding dongs, right?
She had not the ding dongs. She had
what are ding dongs?
Ding dongs are like the cupcakes, the chocolate covered, like the chocolate dip cupcakes.
Like, but it's all chocolate like that.
Yes.
Which is the cupcake one with the little white swirl?
Yeah, just as cupcakes.
It's just called a cupcake.
It's just called a cupcake.
Yeah, and
the
the ding dong looks like a
hockey puck. Yeah,
okay. Go ahead.
And then no, but then she had some fruit roll ups. My weakness, those Mott's gummy fruit snacks, bro. I could eat a whole box of them joints. But this is all in the next to the bed, and it's not next to the bed on her side, bro.
I'm thinking it's in the kitchen.
No, this is next to the bed, right next to me, bro. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'm, bro,
right? You know what I feel bad for, man. Little Miss Debbie's husband, bro.
That dude big as a bus.
You can't catch a break.
That dude big as a house, bro.
Arteries, man.
Bro, yeah. So, she goes to the store. And I'm like, nah. She's like, oh, you want some snacks? I'm like, nah, no snacks for me. And I come home and it's like my favorite snacks for the house. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna fuck these up.
Yeah, man. My thing, man, is just out of sight, out of mind, and it's just so hard right now for sure. Like that. Cause my thing, the DPs, like
Wait,
that.
what?
No, Dr. Pepper. Bro, hey, did you see? I know you saw my story last night, right?
Yeah.
Bro, no lie. Go run out today and get that Sprite tropical mix.
Bro,
right?
it's good.
90s kids know exactly what I'm talking about. Sprite remix, revamped. I'm telling you. Oh my God, it sounds
good. It looks good.
I was super iffy, all right, because I went in there and I was gonna go get my DP.
You gotta find another word for that.
It's the only thing you can call it.
Different acronym.
It's the only thing you can call it.
You want a DP? Yeah. Whatever. Get your DP.
But I went into the gas station and I saw when I opened it up, I just saw these bright colors and I was like, I saw Sprite mango. And then I saw a Sprite,
like lemonade or something like that.
Like lemonade, yeah. And then I saw the orange one. I'm always a sucker, for anything that's orange or purple. What I mean, like that. So I turned that thing around. I was like, I don't know, man. Let me go ahead and try this, but I'm gonna be real mad wasting my money if it don't taste like what I think it's gonna taste like, and it tasted just like.
Go to the gas station right after this.
Good. It's really
Went back home. All right, made me a bowl of that ceviche and cracked me open that tropical mix. That thing was good.
It's really good. I haven't tried the lemonade one yet because
it's bland. It's lemonade. It's lemonade. I didn't like it. Yeah.
It's just lemonade with bubbles. I'm not.
Lemonade with bubbles.
Well, it's already lemon lime, so it's like I'm gonna make you more lemony, but yeah.
Where do you where do your cravings and stuff come from?
Like.
Yeah,
bro.
From childhood or what, like that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that. Did your parents keep that stuff in the house a lot?
So, my dad to this day, 73 years old, will tell you he doesn't eat sweets. I don't eat sweets, bro. only reason there were cookies, cakes, candies in the house
because of him
is because of him.
Well, why does he say that then?
I don't know. I don't know why he said that. He's like, I don't eat sweets, and it's like, that's not true, dude. You eat tons of sweet.
So you're a sweet person.
Oh,
right? Like that.
for
Are you
sure.
a sweet person or
Yeah,
savory?
yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm both. I just love food.
Nah, you have to lean towards one. You know
Nah,
what I
because
mean?
even the stuff that I get, like I'll get like a teriyaki. What is that? Sweet and sour.
Sweet
like
and
my
sour.
foods are always like sweet and
But okay,
sour.
so
type shit.
where does that spawn from? Where do you think that spawns from?
Not having it at my house.
Not having
it.
you're
So as
like
soon
that.
as I got a
So
hold
now
of
you're
it,
just
that
all
was it.
splurged out. I'm
Yeah.
an adult. I got adult money. I'm gonna buy my own shit now.
Right, I got big kid money
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, okay.
You can't stop me now, Dad.
Literally.
All right. And so for me, you know, I'm a big sweets person. You know what I mean?
Right.
So again, you know, I was raised by my aunt, 8 kids in the house. All right. Like that. And so my aunt herself, she's a huge sweet person. You know, like that. She loves cake. I don't know too many people that love cake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. But anytime I go to like that, you like cake?
Man, I fucks cake up. Bro.
Yeah.
Just,
I like
period.
man, I was like, I don't know too many people that love cake. You know, I know a lot of pie people and stuff like that. But like straight, like I'm talking about like birthday cake. Like if she knows that we're at a party and stuff, oh, bring me some cake back. You know, all the time. You know what I mean? Like
Buttercream icing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so
That's good.
but she would always keep sweets in the house. But then again, all right, 8 kids in the house.
It's hard to keep sweets in the
Yes,
house.
it's very hard. So like it was always first come first serve in the house, and like nothing could last in that house for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Like we always had the basic generic stuff all the damn time. All right, like that. Like you know, we ain't had no Fruit Loops, no Fruity Pebbles, no Cinnamon Toast Crunch, none of that. You know, we had Frosted Flakes. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like that.
Frosted Flakes
You know,
are good.
I used to put sugar on my frosted flakes.
Oh
bro.
man.
like, I don't know how I didn't.
All right, but you know, as for like any type of Little Debbie's and stuff, like you know, I always remember that like the biggest thing, like, cause you know, 8 kids in the house, you know, you best believe you better have a Costco card, a Sam's card, you better have
All of that.
some of that bulk, you know, like that. So I always loved it when she would come home. And and this is a rarity, like every like once a quarter, you know,
Right,
kind
right.
of thing. You know, she'll come home with like a big old tub of freaking Slim Jims, you know, that big old thing of the cheese balls.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, honey buns. Oh man, honey
those-
buns. I
bro,
remember
honey
that.
buns,
The
bro.
oatmeal
Yeah.
pies.
Oatmeal pies,
Yeah.
yes.
Hey,
you
oatmeal
know,
pies
like
are
that.
life. Yeah, yeah.
You know, like it
There's a
was,
vending
like,
machine at my job that sells a double oatmeal cream pie, bro.
What?
Bro, it's like a
Like a wrapper of-
bro. It's like a big. It's like
Like a
like
Big
cookie,
Mac.
cream, cookie, cream, cookie.
Oh, man, that's like,
Yo.
no wonder the Americans are so
Bro,
All right, so
yeah.
all right, so you know,
And
what
they're delicious.
My next question is
Dang.
okay. You know, knowing that you have these you know, cravings and you know you know, from childhood and stuff like that, because a lot of people when I'm training people and things like that, you know, these are the number one questions that I ask them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because a lot of people that are overweight or obese and stuff like that, you know, it's because they have a real unhealthy, you know, relationship with food. You know, and so for me, I know and I can pinpoint it where my relationship with food comes from. You know, and a lot of people, you know, to this day, like your father,
Right.
still lies to themselves. You know what I mean?
100%, bro.
You know,
100%.
And, so, and it's very hard to face the fact that, you know what, you know, this is why, and so that's why I have that rule in my house. You know, the little times that I can get my wife to follow them for me and stuff like that, especially when I'm doing tournaments and I'm getting ready to cut weight and things like that. No, it's a strict thing. You know what I mean? Like that. Even though I know she's still hiding shit, you know.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
in the
It's
closet
just a
like
given.
that.
It
Yeah,
is.
like that.
It
but,
is.
but at least, hey, you know, thank you, baby. You know, at least for keeping it away from me.
Right. It's,
You know, but
I
if
can't
I find
see
it,
it.
yeah, if
Yeah.
I find it, you know, because hey, my nose knows. All right.
Just
Like,
keep it in the cleaning supplies. I'll never find
bro,
it.
I have a bloodhound nose, you know, like that. I can sniff anything out, like, you know, anything that like that. She knows it.
So just wait though, because Jules is 4,
Mm-hmm.
so we have a certain amount of snacks that you have to have in the house because you have a 4-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now she doesn't eat a bunch of like Jules doesn't eat really eat cookies and cakes and all that,
Mm-hmm.
but she loves gummies. She loves gummies, and
I
bro,
can tear up anything gummy, man.
I
love
kill
gummies.
gummies, bro.
I'm not big on chocolate, you know, man. I'm not real big on hard candy, but anything gummy, I love. Things like that.
Oh my God. I
Those
love
Nerds
gummies.
clusters are like the perfect amount of gummy and crunchy. It's so good.
Didn't you bring that up before?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Did you ever try when I sent you that one reel that they put in the oven and
Oh no, I
got
didn't
real-
try it. I actually thought
yeah.
it was like fake, and I was like, what if I just
yeah.
blow up my oven?
I
Right
like,
now?
then everything's everywhere and it's all sticky
Yeah,
and nasty. Like,
yeah.
Good call,
You
good
know
call,
what
good
was
call.
good and chewy?
Yeah.
That I used to get in the movies with you all the time? The Sweet Tarts chews. The
I like
big
some Iconites and stuff like that.
Bro, you ever had the Sweet Tart chewy? Like
I
the
love
big
those
ones,
too, yeah.
bro.
Those are good.
Those are good, bro.
Yeah,
I can't deal with sour candy.
So okay,
bro.
so
You
let
got
me ask you this question. All right, so okay, all right. Growing up, you're in the house and you have all this. You're surrounded with sweets and stuff like that. You know,
Yes.
how active were you? You know, even as a kid with all that surrounded with.
So a little. I mean, I was black, so I played football and ran track. You know, we did that, but.
Is
but
this something
it was
because you wanted to do,
it's
or this is
because
something because your parents put on you?
it was just because.
Who was
like,
your role model for that?
Well, it was like, I mean, you're sixth grade, seventh grade, like you want
You
to
just
be
wanna
cool,
be like all the other
Yeah, you want to be cool, so you start doing stuff, and then you find something that you like a little bit, and so you're doing that.
And how about yourself, Lynn?
Like I said, we didn't have a lot of sweets or snacks in the house and everything like. But my culture is Latino, so all the big food, like all the carb heavy.
Yeah, but I
foods and
asked
shit.
for like, okay, so you're eating all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like were you active as a child?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
who was your role model for that?
My mom.
Your mom was.
Yeah.
What did she do?
She always, when we got old enough, she took us all to the gym. But when we were all small, because we all grew up around, we were like a couple years apart from each other.
God, always go on hikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Always
what-
going to the
yeah,
park,
yeah.
always going to the, anywhere to just walk around, run up the hills, go run, go take off and go do something. Yeah.
And so for me, I didn't have any of that. I didn't even like I, as a child, like I was always outside playing around. We
Right.
had a huge yard,
Right.
But as an extent of going out and exercising, because I had someone in my life going out and exercising, no, that's not a thing. Like
Right.
I didn't make my first team, like a sports team until I was in 7th grade. So what?
No, same.
How old is that?
Like 13.
13,
14
14
years
yeah,
old, yeah.
13, 14 years old. Yeah, around
Yeah,
there. Like
same.
that. So, and I always hated that, Like looking back, I've always hated that as an adult. I'm like, you know what? Now that I have my son, like I'm not going to do that for him, and I always wished I would have had someone more active, because,
See, that's kind of weird because mom was a cheerleader,
Mm-hmm.
but she didn't do anything. Like my parents didn't do anything overtly active when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is from the country, so he was always doing that country stuff where
Yeah,
you're
just, hard labor
just
work.
hard
Labor
labor,
work.
like doing stuff
Yeah.
like that around the house. But that doesn't. But if a kid sees somebody doing that, like I never thought about that as my dad working out. I just thought my dad was strong.
Chores.
Yeah,
he-
chores.
Stuff you gotta do.
just and but the difference is like when I did start playing sports, my mom was like, well, if you're gonna do it, you need to have a weight trainer. You need to do this. So they would kind of
nice.
introduce those
Yeah.
things to you, so that because they didn't do them. They didn't do them proper.
Yeah, so like I was raised by my aunt all the way until I was about 10, and then I ended up moving with my oldest brother to North Carolina, and then like he was in the military, so when I was like the early on years that I can remember living with him and stuff like that, he was always gone training and working and stuff like that. And then my sister-in-law, she was a cheerleader in high school and things like that. But then, she at the time I think she was 24 years old, taking care of me, my stepsister, and then my oldest niece, newborn at the time.
Right.
Like that. So she wasn't active or anything
Right.
like that. She had enough on her plate.
For sure.
Yeah, and
With
so
3 kids, yeah.
So like when I finally joined I remember that I had to wait until I was in 7th grade.
Right.
Because the school I was going to, they wouldn't let you join a team event or a sporting event until you were in 7th grade. So I remember that, and I didn't make shit. I didn't make no basketball team. I didn't make no football team. I didn't make no baseball team. Like that. The only thing I could make at the time was just track, and I sucked at track. Like I don't know how you can suck at track.
Right.
It's just running.
It's just running. You didn't do anything else. You just run.
But I just remember I just wanted to be on a team, and I was so happy that I was.
That was enough.
It truly was. You know what I mean? And like I didn't make no 100-meter dash, no 4x4, none of that. No hurdles, none of that. So they just put me on long distance.
Cross country.
Just long distance, run the mile, just get us whatever points you could get.
Right.
like long distance in track is like the version of special teams for football. You know, if you know, you know.
Yeah, bro.
So that's what it was. You know what I mean? It's like I was like, okay,
the events going
just
on
go
the
out
whole
there
meet.
and get in someone's way. You know, for football.
The events going on the whole meet. You're like, just run around.
But I was very happy that I was finally doing a sport and things like that. You know, and like it's not like my sister really knew what to do or how to really nourish or me and stuff in that way of fitness and things like that. But I just did it, you know what I mean? And then obviously, in 8th grade I ended up finding wrestling, and then it's a history since then. Now I got a business, that stems off of it.
But in all fairness, even the kids that like the crazy little league dads and all that stuff, most kids that even play sports don't have the parents that actually understand how to get them to where they need to be.
I try to encourage the parents a lot, for the kids that I teach and things like that, because I've been there and I've done it, and I know both sides, especially I love my sister-in-law to death, and things like that, and she was always there supporting and on the sidelines, but she really didn't know what's going on,
right?
You know what I mean? But it's just but the thing is just, hey, it's better than nothing. But like obviously as a parent, you kind of want to like really invest yourself, because then outside of just the 1 hour of practice or whatever like that, that you bring your kid to, like that, you want to be able to practice that stuff at home, with them. And if you don't understand it, then it's a little difficult for them to really excel.
It makes it really hard. Like I always applaud the parents that come in and start trying to train jiu-jitsu with their kids so they can understand it. And realistically, when you look at basketball, football, look at all, like Steph Curry's dad was Dale Curry.
Yeah.
Bronny is LeBron's son. I mean,
and not everyone can have a pedigree like that in their family.
Yeah.
But if you're there, man, obviously your child's gonna excel and gonna be top 1%ers.
Even if you're average though, because if you're an average dude, if you're like most of the big name boxers that we see, most of them had a dad that was a boxer.
Yeah.
That you have you've never heard of the dude before at all. Like he was probably a trash hat, except that he knew what a 1-2 was supposed to look like.
Yeah.
So he was helping his son perfect the 1-2.
Not only in practice, but at home.
But at home also.
At home,
you have positive reinforcement,
like
bro.
And so, this is one thing I want to bring up, because we kind of we skirted around it our last episode and stuff like that, talking about physical education in school right now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's an elective. Like that. It's man, like it really irritates me.
Crazy.
It really does irritate me to know that. And like me especially, I remember in high school I did I had PE. I always pick PE every year, like that.
100%.
Yeah. But then to get extra and stuff like that, strength and conditioning class was an elective. So you could do PE, but then you can also have strength and conditioning. And I
6 and 7 period.
Yeah, I remember. I remember freaking. So our assistant wrestling coach at the time, he had something with the counselor, like that. Yeah.
Hey.
And so she was a big supporter of the wrestling team. Right? And so I remember going and like, man, I didn't want to do. It was like some computer class. I didn't want to do that, so I went to go talk to her and be like, hey, Coach so-and-so said that for us to get stronger and stuff like that, that we need to be taking the strength and conditioning. Oh, that's okay, honey, like that. She took me out of the computer class, put me in strength and conditioning.
Heck
I was like, hell yeah.
That makes sense, bro.
So,
but and then you had because we had like the government and economics teacher was also the football coach.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, okay, we're not going to do anything today. Why don't you go to the gym? Like we
Nice.
Yeah.
bro, it's go to the gym, work out.
Nice.
It's like, all right,
Nah,
that's fine.
yeah. So, now with it being an elective now, I just read a study that less than 25% of kids in the United States today are active or exercise.
That's
Like
so
that.
sad.
I could see that.
Like that.
Yeah, I
You know
can
what
see
mean?
it too.
And when I saw that, I was like, wow. I was like, that is crazy. And it made me instantly think, okay, then, well, they're not active in school, but why aren't they active out of school? You know what I mean? Like that. And so I was going down and reading, I really couldn't find anything solid in numbers wise and things like that. But as if one parent is exercises or just active and stuff, that increases by 15%.
Makes sense.
If both are active, that number jumps up to a little under 60%. Like that.
Okay.
Today, took Jules to the Children's Museum. She's sitting in the car. You know what she asked me?
What?
She said, "Daddy, are we going to the gym?"
I love
She's
that, man.
4, bro. She's 4. She's like, "Daddy." I was like, "No, Daddy already went to the gym. We'll go later."
That fills my
At
heart.
4, bro. I was like, "Wow." I was like,
Nice.
"Okay," but it makes sense. But here's the other thing, though, and then you'll be able to feel me a little bit. Lynn will probably be able to feel me a little bit less.
Yeah.
My 70s and 80s babies will definitely be able to feel me,
Go ahead.
bro. When I was 10. Your parents didn't freak out about leaving you outside all night long.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't.
Like you just stayed outside all night, and now parents are sketched out about
Yeah.
leaving their kids outside because it's so. And I don't think this is gonna just. I don't necessarily think that the world is very different. I mean, it's very different, but I don't think it's super different. But I think that now with all the social media and all, it's a lot of fear mongering.
Yes.
It's always in your face,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so
Yes.
now it draws people back. So they don't let their kids go outside and play because even when you didn't work out, like before 7th grade, bro, you were probably thin as shit.
Nah, yeah. Nah, yeah.
Because all you did was you went Saturday morning, you woke up,
Already
ate
told you.
breakfast,
Watch cartoons.
watched cartoons. By 11:30, you were outside, and
Yes.
that was it. Like you didn't come back in the house until it was
8,
dark outside.
9.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So-
it was a good 8 to 10 hours outside.
Yeah.
We were all fucking dark.
Yeah.
I still got my tan. What happened to y'all?
Freaking, back then, obviously, freaking, parents didn't know all the John Gacy's out there and
Yeah.
stuff like that, taking
Yeah.
kids and
Right.
put them in the basement and stuff like
Right.
that.
It's just not
You know,
it wasn't as
yeah,
available.
for sure, like
Yeah.
that, like going back to what you're saying, freaking social media and
Yeah.
just the news and stuff like that wasn't all in your face 24/7,
Right.
like that. So, obviously, if your kid didn't come home, you probably you called up, freaking. on the rotary, you know what I mean? Hey,
Chill.
where's Jules at? Tell his ass to get home.
That's the other thing. Like we talked about it before. Like you don't really fuck with your neighbors,
Nah,
right?
I
See,
don't.
I don't fuck with my neighbors.
No.
Like I mean, there's that saying that says good fences make for good neighbors, right? But back in the day, man, you like everybody on the block knew each other, so you didn't get too far off the block without somebody's parent being able to. Oh, his.
Yeah.
When's the last time that you've heard of a neighbor disciplining another neighbor's
Bro,
kid?
stop.
Not since I was a
Stop.
kid.
Like when I was like 9.
Yeah.
So, bro, I'll tell you like that. Freaking. I remember, my neighbors, my childhood neighbors that live right behind my aunt's house, like that. Jeannie and Joelle, like that. I loved them to death. They're like a second set of parents of mine. But, bro, they would beat our ass all the time, just like if we were their own.
Bro.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then they'll beat our ass, send us home, and then tell my tia, what we did, and guess what? We got whooped.
Got
too.
another.
Yep.
But
always
can you
happened.
can you imagine now somebody like Mateo comes over and says the guy next door spanked me?
Oh, that's it.
His ass.
Like if I don't know who he is and I don't trust him like that, I don't know. Like,
Bro, stop.
Like,
if
not
you,
at all. But like
if you catch him doing something,
yeah.
come tell me.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
handle it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was different back
if
then,
we
bro.
close
Very
friends
different.
and stuff like that, then maybe I'll just ask, hey, well, what did you do? You know what I mean? But if I don't know, hey, nah, that's it. We fighting.
Yeah.
you touched the wrong kid
Right.
for sure.
Right, like yeah, that's not a thing. That's not a thing
Nah,
anymore.
It's
bro.
definitely not a thing anymore.
So let me ask you this, all right? And so I've heard a couple of sound bites, you know, like this, and this is what got me really thinking, you know, with the whole pregnancy thing, you know, me personally going through it, you know, I'm pretty sure that you know you're feeling it as well, and things like that. And then I heard this great sound bite talking about mothers are, you know, freaking that work out are have a direct result and a reflection to kids exercising and things like that. How do you, you know, do you feel, how can I ask this question, you know what I mean, do you feel that one side or the other is going to be more important for the child to work out, or do you think it's both?
I feel like it's both.
Both? Go ahead, tell me why.
I mean, the mom spends a lot of time. This is just me and my experience growing up and stuff like that. Mom's always like the first person that I'm going to. Dad is just the guy that comes home and like after work, he's the one that if we were bad at the end of the day, okay, we were getting told on and stuff like that, right? But like if my mom and my dad if they weren't like if my mom was like, we're gonna go do this, and we'd be like, all right, my dad, we're gonna go do this. All right, we're gonna go do this. We're gonna go work out. So like my mom, my dad's first in command, mom's second, and so it was like if it was more teamwork, I feel like we probably would have been more active growing up. But it was just my mom, and my mom could only do so much. So it was, you know.
How about yourself?
So this is weird.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason it's the mom is not because it's one more important than the other. The reason it's the mom is for the reason that Lynn just said. So the dad is just basic old school gender roles that everybody gets pissed about. The man is supposed to go out and make money, and the woman is supposed to take care of the house.
Right.
So the woman is at home picking up the kids from school, spending the most time with them because dad wakes up, leaves, goes to work, and comes home at the end of the day. So your kid is more likely to see what mama does all day long.
Yeah.
Right. So when Ellie was like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I was like, bet. Okay, but that meant I have to work. I have to work more to make sure that the money's there, which is fine. Like it's whatever. But that also means that the babies see the mama more. So if you're gonna have that situation,
they're a lot more prevalent.
They're a lot more. Now, if mama's the one out working, and you're a dude that's lucky enough to sit at home all day, and the woman's out making the money, and you at home, you're a house husband. Like, if you can get kept,
keep making that money, baby.
You right? I'm probably your nails when you get home, like the whole roses in your bathtub, the whole thing. But then it'll be the dad, so it's gonna be. But so the real answer is it's the primary nurturer. Whoever's there the most. That's the one.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, for sure. Because so let me give you a statistic. All right, and I told Lynn this the other day. All right. Because let's think about you as a child. Okay, so I didn't grow up with a father in my life.
Okay,
you know what I mean. So I even if I did, I still feel like this would be the same route too of what you're gonna answer.
Okay.
Like that. How often do you remember, your dad, you waking up in the morning and your dad being there?
Bro, not even.
Not even. He was already working.
He was. So it was weird because my dad was. Like in medical school and residency, all that. So what I remember the most about my dad is, from young age, is him coming home, getting a phone call, and having to leave and go back to work.
Yeah,
like that's what I remember the most. And it was and that's what I remember. Of course you remember the disciplining and getting in trouble and that stuff. But like as far as being there, like my mom was the one that was there that gave us hugs. My mom was the one that bandaged up cuts. My mom did all those things because my dad was out working. Now, the flip side of that is whenever something went wrong in the house, my dad was the one that fixed it. It didn't matter what it was, it didn't matter what time of day it was or anything, my dad was the one that fixed it. But you don't, I just don't have like these memories of, like in the movies, your dad coming in, hey, get up, Junior.
So all the way until I was 10 or 11 years old, and I finally moved with my oldest brother, like that is the same thing. You know what I mean? Because by the time I was up, and stuff like that, he was already gone.
Right.
And then he didn't get home until about 7, 8 o'clock. like that. And then guess what we're doing? You know, we're just finishing dinner and then taking our ass a bath, brushing our teeth, going straight to bed.
Yep.
So, you know, if you had to put a number, you know, of how much long or how long FaceTime that you actually had with fathers and their child had, what would you guess?
What's the time period?
So, you know, in a day.
In a day?
So, the
No,
daily
under an
average.
hour.
Under an hour?
Under an hour.
Like that. So, yeah.
Under an hour.
35 minutes.
Crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, 35 minutes
Yeah.
is the
Crazy.
average FaceTime what the father has
Yep.
with their kids.
So one of the things that I was doing, I made like a real conscious decision. And I was talking to a buddy of mine who I used to work with. He's now in Dallas, but I was talking to him, and he was saying when he's older, but he was saying when he grew up, that's what when he had his kids, he was trying to provide for them. He was in the restaurant business, trying to provide for his kids.
Restaurant business?
Restaurant business, bro. He said he was gone all the time.
Yes.
His kids had a great life, but he was gone all the time.
Restaurant business is not the play with.
And I said, and one of the reasons right now, like one of the things that torments me now, especially talking about going into business for yourself, is you start talking about those sacrifices that you make. Right now, I get a paycheck. I know how much I'm going to make every 2 weeks and whatever, it's fine. But when you think about working for yourself, you also think about the grind that comes with that. And the grind that comes with that takes you away from your kids. Because if you want it to be successful, you have to really grind it out. And so I'm just like, so you have to look and you have to like trying to balance those things and those quality of life things, because I didn't want to be, my dad was great. My dad was great. My dad was awesome, unequivocally. You know, he never hugged us, any of that. But you always knew that he loved you. Yeah. Right? Like you knew those things.
Yeah.
But he was also not around. Like maybe if my dad would have been around, I would have been a doctor and not a lawyer, because my mom's a lawyer. Yeah. So maybe it would have, but it.
No, I totally get it. You know, and I'm gonna go down that road too with the mother. You know, being more directly affected, you know, on the kids' habits and things like that, especially, you know, being physically active as they grow up and things like that, you know, for the fact that, you know, you know, ginger rolls, you know, they're not, they're still a thing, you know, they're not as prevalent as they were back then. Right. You know, I don't really feel that that's the issue anymore, but, you know, still like the mother is way more there than the father is, you know what I mean? Because you know, just going back to primal, right? It's our job to go out the cave, go kill it, you know, slay the shit and come back, you know, and while the mother stays home, hunter-gatherer, provides for the kids and things like that. And so it's still a, you know, a strong sense in that way, like that. And so obviously now in today's things, you know, households now vary and it switched gender roles and stuff like that. You know, my wife, you know, I'm happy to say she is the breadwinner. So, you know, she's more out and working like that. As for me, I'm a lot more flexible, being an entrepreneur and stuff like that. So I take care of the kid and my child during the day, and then at night, you know, I go out, but then she comes back in and stuff like that. Right. You know, and so for sure, I feel like, you know, the mother, if she is active and things like that, and so I see it with Ellie. You know, she brings the Jules in and stuff like that. I love seeing Jules running around and things like that. And, you know, every once in a while she'll go in and kind of get in the way and wants to do it herself. Right. You know what I mean? But you know what? That starts to rub off. You know what I mean? And I can name 3 other freaking moms that come in here and working out and, you know, bring their child. And guess what? Those children are running around the gym and stuff like that. You know, freaking, you know, Lynn sees, you know, Mattel, you know, like that, how excited he is when he's just sitting on, like, laying on the mat, right? You know what I mean? And just to be around that environment, you know, obviously like that, and you know, it's gonna just, you know, the question would trigger one day, just like what you said with Jules, and that just, it fills my heart up knowing that you know, them just being around it and they seeing it and stuff like that, because you know, at that age, you know, it's all about monkey see, monkey do. Yep.
One of the things, because everybody's like, are you gonna teach jiu-jitsu? And it's like, you know, it should not be that you have to teach them. It should not be that you have to force them. No, yeah. But if you raise your child and this is the way of life, they don't know anything different. Right. And they so this is okay. So this is 100% true, bro. When I was in high school, I went and senior year in high school, people started talking about, you know, what are you going to do after school? And people were like, oh, I'm going to be a truck driver, be this or that or that. I did not know until my senior year in high school that people didn't go to college.
Why is that? You
Because
just thought it was
because my parents just went to college. Like it was just you went to college. So to me, it was like 12th grade, 13th grade. Like that was it. I had no idea that people didn't go to college because, and it was never in my head that was the way because that's what. So if you raise your kid, you go work out. Oh, what are we gonna do? Even if Jules will sit at home sometimes, like we'll put like, and she'll sit at home sometimes and she'll like be doing like downward dog and lotus positions on just because it's just part of it's just like this is just part of life. Like it's just what you do, and so that makes it so much. With everything, education, everything, so much better.
It's
part
like
of
the
life.
Mandalorian,
Grogu.
Because they're saying is this is the way.
This is bro.
So
I love the Mandalorian.
They know anything like that. There's no questions asked. This is the way.
This is the way.
They just like that. Even if they have some conflict, whatever. This is the way. Like
bro, but no, it's really good and it helps. And that's how you see. Okay, so you ever watch like My 600-Pound Life or any of those shows?
Bro,
I've seen a few. I can't watch that.
What is the one thing that you see that's a common thread in that show? Everybody on the motherfucker's fat.
Yeah, I was like, I did the obvious.
I mean, but it's not just the person that's on the show. It's their boyfriend. It's their mother. It's their it's like everybody. You're like, yeah, this motherfucker. You went to the store and bought him 26 cheeseburgers.
Some of that shit gets me sometimes. I'm like, I understand that you're just morbidly obese, but I'm like, how do you start growing weight in your forehead?
Dude, bro, stop.
Yeah, like it just, and man, it just food is an addiction. People do not understand, and then going back to what I said in the beginning of all this, just knowing and understanding the relationship that you have with your food and things like that. And it's just one of the hardest things, to really break through with any clients that want to come in, and do some personal training or get, live a healthier lifestyle and things like that. Because, the exercise part is easy.
That's easy.
It's
That's
so
easy.
easy.
That's easy.
You know what I mean? It's all right, but the thing is that I only have you 1 hour of the day. You know what I mean? If that, I mean, if you have a membership like that, like that. But if I'm personal training you, maybe I'm only seeing you 2 to 3 hours max the week.
The whole week, yeah.
All right. How many hours are in a week?
24 times 7, so 148.
Something like that. You know what I mean? So I'm only seeing you 2 to 3, hours out of the week.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a lot.
What are you doing for the other freaking 225 hours? You know what I mean?
DP?
Like, DP. Some freaking Little Debbie's. You know what I mean? So some ice cream.
Right.
You know what I mean? Double-decker freaking oatmeal pie.
Bro, I'm going to get each one of y'all one. Those are delicious, bro.
Yeah, chips.
Yeah.
All the snacks.
Yeah, like, all like that.
But, but you're, so when you watch 600-Pound Life, and Ellie was still like watching the show, but you see like a lot of those people's eating disorder like stems from something in their childhood, like when they were little and they needed to be comforted. Their mom wouldn't hug them. They'd make them a plate of food.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So when they needed to be comforted, they would, and you still see it today. Like you see little kids cry and they're just like, "Here's some food."
Yeah.
And you know where that comes from, right? Like that. So, obviously, they're depressed and stuff like that. And so when they get, they correlate this food, all right, with the dopamine hits.
Oh,
yeah. Like that. So, obviously, me with ice cream and stuff like that, I would always remember, like, we would always have, at least once a month, we would always have this big old tub of Neapolitan ice cream. You know what I mean?
Clear tub.
You better make sure that because what was last? The chocolate would always last.
That
strawberry,
always last.
Strawberry and vanilla were always going first, but then chocolate lasted forever. You know what I mean? And you only ate it just because, it was like, fuck it, I want something sweet.
You want some ice cream.
Something sweet.
But yeah, it's those dopamine hits, you know what I mean? They're sad, they're depressed, they're out, they're freaking latching out for some type of attention and stuff like that. And then what you're talking about here's some food, just eat it, go away,
right?
All kinds of that stuff like that. And then where do they turn to? They turn to these foods that give them that dopamine hit, whether it's sweet or savory, wherever it is,
right?
Like that. And then
because that's what's giving you the
whole
hit.
life, yeah.
Nobody's getting dopamine from a carrot,
and so
no,
it'd be well off if they did,
Yeah.
You know, like that. But the thing is that okay, now you know that stems off. You know, where you're about 5-6 years old, right? 30, 40 years go down the road, you're still freaking like that. And with anything, all right, with dopamine like that, what am I trying to say right now?
It's like all drugs, you're chasing it.
Yeah, yeah, but it's an adaptogen. You know what I mean? Like that, your body gets adapted to it like that. And then the only way, just like caffeine, all right, how do you get the same rush of caffeine, of jolt of waking up? You got to go more and more and more.
Yep.
All right, like that. Hence, just like drugs, hence, just like freaking an addiction. All right, like that. And so, if you continuously lie to you, like man, like I tell people all the time, you know, like the biggest killer of anybody's diet is sugar, like that. You know, people are scared of carbs, people are scared of fats, people are scared of freaking sodium and things. I'm like, those things are nothing to compare with what sugar does to you in your diet, like that. And
sugar
man,
gets in your head, baby.
To freaking come off that stuff. Like, when's the last time you've really, you know, tried to go cold turkey and get off of sugar?
Stop.
This was back in 2013. I went raw vegan for 6 months.
How'd you feel?
Amazing. And it's so hard to get back to that because once food
how
got
do you
back,
initially feel when you were
like shit?
Like shit.
Yeah, I cut cold turkey too, and I was
you like Tyrone Biggums,
sweats, everything.
I've tried it with it. I've tried it. I told you when I went to that nutritionist. I tried it with Coke. I tried it with all kind of stuff. Coca-Cola. I tried with Coca-Cola, but I tried it, and it's very hard to do because that's what your like that's what your body, like your body wants it, like your body wants it, and then you start getting those caffeine headaches, and you start you're sluggish, and you have to make it through that low period. That's a super low period, and then if you come out on the other side, you're okay, but you got to make it to the other side.
No, yeah, I forgot what entertainer that I was listening to. Man, you know what? It was either Kevin Gates or it was man. I want to say it was Kevin Gates because he's one of those that's turned healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, had a feather in his hair.
Yeah. He's, you know, I want to say it was Kevin Gates. Like that, but he one of these entertainers I was listening to that now are on this, you know, good healthy fitness journey and things like that. He was talking about how weeding off of freaking sugar and then weeding off of cocaine was a lot easier for him than it was sugar.
I can see that.
I believe it.
And that's just a crazy thing to think.
I can see that.
Like that,
because cocaine, illegal drugs have that stigma with them also. Sugar doesn't.
Yeah.
So if somebody sees you walking down the street, if you walk down the street right now eating a cupcake, nobody's gonna be like, "Man, he's an addict."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
unless you fucking 600 pounds.
But if you just, but if you walking down the street and you licking your lips and you got a long, fucking nail and a little, a little cross that you dip in your coat, people are like, man, this guy's got it bad.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot more socially acceptable to just eat sugar. And then, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it because then people are gonna get all pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. Nah, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it.
Yes.
Yo, I am not a body shamer at all, bro.
Yeah.
At all. Like I get it. Like everybody's grind is different. Some people have health issues. Everybody's grind is different, and I get that. But when they start promoting unhealthy habits and saying that this is for body positivity, and it's not good.
Not.
It's not good.
Exact opposite.
It's the exact opposite.
I'm a true friend, all right, like that. In the sense that I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you need,
right?
What you want to hear,
right?
You know what I mean,
right?
And call me an asshole if you want, but guess what? I care,
right?
You know what I mean? And I have friends that are overweight and stuff like that, and guess what? Every day, hey, get your fat bitch ass in the fucking gym,
right?
Yes.
Something like that along those lines. I don't give a shit. I'm like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's coming from, what I'm trying to say, it's coming from a place of, of my heart that I love
right.
you
and
stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do they call it? It's like a term of endearment.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that. Not that I'm, being disrespectful or anything like that.
Right.
I'm talking about, I know this guy, a decade, over
right,
10 years and stuff like that. Of course, I'm gonna talk to him like that. If I only know you 1 year or like a couple months, so I'm like, nah, bro, you got a problem, man. You need to get in the gym,
Right.
But if I really know you and I'm your friend and stuff like that, hey, fat bitch, get in the gym, bro. Like, I'm like, man.
Well, you know, they say that's how dudes talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
They say that dudes talk mean to each other in their face and talk
Yeah.
nice about each other behind their
girls
back.
do?
Fam.
Stop. I hate it.
Fam.
Did you see
Hate
what she
it
was
so
wearing?
much.
Oh my God. You're like, what? I thought that was your best friend.
These are all facts. I'm not even going to deny them,
It's like,
okay?
oh wow. It's like,
How does she
okay.
even think she looks cute in that?
Right. Why would she even? You'd be like, I didn't tell her to take it off. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, you know what? Those aren't my friends, but I know of those people.
Yo, but it's crazy. But that's the
Get
thing,
assholes like me in your life, all right?
Bro,
We're going to tell you the truth.
bro. You need it. I
Hey,
mean,
better to have those people in your corner versus the other ones.
it's just super weird to me that you will have these people, and I'm not saying that you should work out because my thing about working out and the body positivity is not your size.
Mm-hmm.
It's your habits to go with your size. If you there's a model on Instagram whose name is maybe Kathy Drayton, and there was another model who was a Nigerian chick. I don't remember what her name is. I could see her. Bro, they're 200 plus pounds. Body's amazing, but they're 200 plus pounds.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, like, you're not working out because you want to be you're working out to be healthy.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're working out for. You're not, you know, I'm going to eat this whole cake. Don't shame my body. It's like that. I'm not shaming your body. I'm like trying to make sure that you live past 30.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. Like, I'm not talking about the way that you're.
Yeah, man, just get up, walk around. I mean, like that.
One push-up a day.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, just get up and move. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, for sure. All right, so let's go ahead. What I do want to get into before we finish up today like that. I know we've had a couple questions on Instagram like that. You know, do you have them on your phone like that?
I have a few.
Let's go.
Let's go.
ahead and,
Let's get right into it.
First one, Marigali versus Kynan.
Marigali.
I have to get that out of the way right
Whose
now.
question is that? Is this Roy?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
All right, what's his at?
Is it, where are you at? Where are
Cowboy
you at?
BJJ.
Yeah, Cowboy BJJ.
All right,
What is
that? Cowboy
Marigali
BJJ.
all day, every day.
So is this a gi match or a no gi match?
I want to say no.
This is
I
a
think
no-gi.
I think it's a no gi match.
It's a no-gi match.
Bro, Kynan. 100%. Oh
You
yeah.
think so?
Oh yeah. See, Marigali is just making a transition to gi.
No. For
I mean,
no-gi?
for no
For
gi.
no-gi.
No, bro. That's all
Margali's. It's all he's been doing
yeah, it's all he's been doing for like
Lately.
the better of a year or two,
lately.
Like that.
Kynan's been on no gi,
bro.
bro.
All right, hey, jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu. You're
Bro.
not just good at no-gi or good at gi, bro.
Kynan's also. He won worlds in 16 or 17. He got
Okay,
stripped for the title.
How many absolute freaking champions does he have?
I don't think he has any.
Okay, well,
But Margali's only got one.
one more than
He's only got one.
All right.
But
Man, he's
Kynan's
there, bro.
Bro, I'm not saying he's not, but in no gi, that's gonna be.
I
Now
got
they're
Margali.
supposed to fight gi and no gi.
Mm-hmm.
Kynan's gonna have a hard time in the gi. He's gonna have a hard time with Margali in the gi. But Kynan is a big dude. He's an Atos dude. He's super strong. He's super explosive. It's gonna be a good match for sure. It's gonna be a good match, but
I'm gonna call it right now. All right, he gonna pull guard Ashigrami, you know, because that's who he working
That's what
Yeah.
he
with.
does.
All right, get that little honey hole. All right, and rip that little inside ankle lock. All right.
That's gonna be a good match. Bro.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good match. That's gonna be a really good match to watch.
Like that. All right, Cowboy BJJ. I hope that answered your question. All right.
Oh, boy.
Like that.
Jeez,
leave a
Louise.
comment or down
Like
below
and subscribe.
He had
Who
a
do y'all like
follow
for
up
sure?
with that, which
What?
was which is the best guard to play.
for gi or no gi.
For what?
Oh, he didn't even say.
All right, so let's go ahead real quick rundown. All right, let's start out with gi. Let's start out with no gi since that's what they're gonna be doing. What do you?
Half guard.
I'll go with butterfly, bro.
Butterfly's good too.
Yeah.
Butterfly's good too. Butterfly's good for the
Yeah.
elevation. Yeah.
Yeah. How about yourself?
Ooh, I don't know. I like that half guard stuff we've been doing.
Half
So
guard stuff that we've been doing like that. There's some.
I mean, I feel like with half guard, well, with both of them actually you can transition back and forth between half butterfly and half guard. You can transition back and forth between the two. Full butterfly is a nightmare though.
Yeah.
If somebody gets both of those butterfly hooks, it's a nightmare.
I feel you got a guy with some good pressure in half guard, man. Like that's it. He's shutting your whole game down.
Yeah.
He's passing you, and you wish that you never went there, and like that. So
that's a tough one.
Yeah. For me, I just love knowing that I just have my knees in front of me at all times and keeping some type of shield. So
I also think
especially
it
being so slippery and no gi.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Close guard's like a default good guard.
Well, you can't do nothing in close guard until you got to open up your guard.
Well,
for anything.
Yeah, you still got some
very limited.
Well, you have to open it up to get a lot of subs.
Sweeper submissions like that. You can't I'm gonna stand on this rock and I'm telling you, in full guard, you cannot do nothing, effectively until you open up your guard. Whether it's a sweeper submission,
that's.
You're very limited like that.
Yeah, you're super. You're very limited.
Yeah.
You got overall.
You typing anybody out freaking in a submission in the full close guard without opening your legs, you're probably a white belt.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. You can get. I mean, in the gi, you got some good collar chokes that come off of that. You got some good collar chokes, some good lapel chokes. But
and you're probably a white belt.
But you're definitely opening your guard. You're definitely to get the really good pressure. You definitely.
All right, so now gi. What do you like playing? What kind of guard you like to play in gi?
I don't like to play guard. But if I was gonna play guard, it would be.
We're asking for a friend. His name is Ned.
So I think what's hot was De La Riva I feel like is just like the default open guard to play. But I feel like what's getting really big right now is single leg X and X guard.
Yes.
Like I think that those are like right now.
I
really hard to
love
deal with.
the K guard.
Oh yeah,
like that.
You like that?
It's because just for the fact that my hips are already out,
right?
What I mean? And you're whether you're going for a sweep or a submission like that, with those hips being out, like man, like
with
you can
those hips being out.
Yes, all right. These glutes, I can't have these glutes trapped underneath somebody stacking.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
How about yourself, Lynn?
Well, I like all this stuff that we've been learning with the lapel. So I love doing the spider. I like playing the spider lasso. I like doing the lasso lapel, all that stuff. The worm guard. Yeah. Ooh, that's fun.
See, the good thing about so I hate lapel guards, but I hate lapel guards from the passer's perspective. Yeah. So I like to pass. Because there's nothing worse than being tied up. Yeah. I hate that. I hate being tied up.
If you're someone that can really utilize and manipulate the gi, in that lapel lasso, warm guard, that, and it is a nightmare to just get away and clear some grips and things like that just to attempt
it's just
to pass
a lot of work.
Like yeah, really.
To some of the good lapel players, to good lapel players, if you want to watch some decent, like some good solid lapel guard play, I like watching Eric Muniz. He's super heavy, one world. Margali's really good with lapel guards and spider lasso guards.
Hill Taylor.
Who? Oh, Jamel. Yeah,
Jamel. When I was going through a lot of lasso stuff like that, I went to a lot of his highlights and studied some of his stuff, like that. Because, him being, he's about 2 weight classes below me.
Right.
Yeah, I try to stick to the people that are around my weight classes when I want to study people, because it's obviously, you're going to be going against people that size like that. Something that, Eric Muniz is doing, really doesn't apply to me and my size and my strength.
It's weird. It's weird because that's one of the things that I like about watching like Muniz and because they're atypical of the super heavy guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now
you don't see a lot.
They're also 6'5" or whatever. Yeah. But because they invert, because they move, it's not just that heavy smash that you did. So it's good to see somebody with that. That size, that frame that can be able to move like that. It gives you some hope. But yeah, lapel guards they're obnoxious. They're if you get them, if you know how to play them.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare, bro.
That's a good question like that. I want to get into this question right here. Let me go ahead and open this like this. All right, this is from an anonymous source. All right, like that. All right, so this is a whole thing right here, right? And this is to jiu-jitsu. So any females out there that are really looking to do something and like get into a martial arts, I always strongly recommend jiu-jitsu. Like that. It's there's nothing that can beat it for sure.
No cap.
It's a very awkward, ice breaking, kind of martial arts to get into, just for the fact that you don't know the people when you're getting in there, and it's a very tough thing. You can ask Lynn. You've talked about it before and stuff like that. But if you honestly stick to your roots, and tell of why you even showed up and why you want to do this stuff, there's nothing better than jiu-jitsu. The positions that you go through there and stuff, as awkward it is in the beginning, like that, to just really gain the confidence and the power to know that you can hold your own and control somebody, or help yourself. God forbids, if anything really happens, like you could really save your life one day with this stuff. And so like that. And so the question right here, to see if you okay, let's see, blah blah blah. Okay, I like the sport, meaning that jiu-jitsu. I want to be more consistent, even competing. However, I have a very big mental block. That's what the person was telling me right now. I was assaulted as a kid, and every time that I was found myself pinned down, or I was about to be pinned down, my body just freezes. I start to panic, and I don't feel like I start to panic, and I don't like that feeling. All right, it makes me feel weak, and like a little girl, couldn't defend myself. Once I feel that I don't want to come back to class, even though once I feel that way, I don't want to come back to class, even though I finish class, like that. So if you have any tips on how I can overcome, I would really appreciate it, because I'm at a point where I just don't want to. I don't want to give up, but I don't like the feeling, and I want to cry, like that. All right, so. To this person, all right, especially again, so what I just finished saying right now, it's one of the best sports that I can highly recommend for any female, anybody, like that. Period. Mm-hmm. But for females, like that, just for the single fact that the positions that you're put in and stuff like that are, it's sad to say, but these are more likely the positions that you're gonna probably be assaulted in. Like that. And so with someone like this that is traumatized, and is scared, to even give it a try, because it's very intimidating. It's a male dominated sport at that. So like you're walking into a room, and you're going to be the only female in the class and like that, or you probably only have one or two, in there like that. My recommendation, or what I would say to that person is that, okay, again, let's stay true to our gun, of why you're even here, like that. And you're assaulted and you're a victim, all right. And the number one thing right now is that, hey, you need to build some type of confidence, and the number one thing is to regain that power,
right?
And so what I mean by that is that, until you overcome your fears, your stressors, your panics, and everything like that, whoever, is out there that did this to you is always going to hold that power. Like that, and you have to tell yourself and overcome the, this fear and this stress and this trauma, and regain that power, and, show to yourself that you can do this, all right, that you are strong, all right, that you are confident to go out there and know what you're doing, and be controlled, and not only neutralize a situation, but you can take over the situation and for sure, finish it if you have to, like that. And so, it just it's one of those things that, until you just put the time in the mat and things like that, even even for anybody that's new and things like that, they get in a panic because they don't know how to control their breathing and things like that. It's not every day that you have a stranger or anybody on top of you, trying to pin you down and control you and things like that, and being a newbie and not knowing anything. All right, that's everybody, in the start of in their jiu-jitsu journey, from the white belt. And the name of the game for a white belt, and anybody will tell you that's been doing it long enough, is
Survive.
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 Just survive. You know what I mean? So you were in a survival situation, all right, and you were traumatized. Now you're putting yourself in that stressful survival, situation again. But now you're getting to learn, so you can start to apply, if this ever happens to you again.
I do you one better.
Go ahead.
So, overcoming the fear, like, there's two different ways to do it. You could just jump in the deep end of the pool and maybe you drown, maybe you don't. Or you can do small steps.
Yeah.
Walk down a step, walk down a step, walk down a step. And if you're going to learn jiu-jitsu, I say walk down a step, walk down a step, walk down a step. And here's what I mean by that. So first thing I would do is, if you feel uncomfortable being pinned down, then you need to start with somebody that you feel comfortable with. And what I mean by that is if you have if you're coming to 365, you come to 365, it doesn't have to be anything major. You come in, you pull Eric aside and say, listen, here's what I'm doing. Here's what I have this trauma. So because of that, me and my friend are going to sign up. Eric doesn't have to tell anybody in the gym, but this is the reason why A and B always train together. Yeah. Because the first thing that you do is you're starting to adapt to being in that situation, and it's somebody that you're already comfortable with, so you don't feel that, so that the body freeze doesn't come.
Right.
And then after you do that, once you expand from there, then you take another step down, and that next step is to start expanding it to other people in the class. But this time when you expand it to other people in the class, if you and again, anonymous, so let's say it's a man and his attacker was a female, then you only roll with men. You don't roll with the female, or vice versa, until you get ready for the next step. And now, okay, my attacker was a woman, but she was, a 350-pound Hispanic woman. So now you don't roll with any 350-pound Hispanic women. Yeah. And then you just go little by little. You're still allowing yourself to learn, and each time you're overcoming one of those hurdles until now you can't. And it's the reason that you're here that gets you there, and you're just step by step by step. And before you know it, you're in the deep water, and you got this 350-pound Hispanic woman in a omoplata, and you're like, you remember that time when I was a kid? You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't snap her shoulder off.
I was about to say, and then you snap her shoulder.
Right. But that's the way, but it's good to do in small chunks, because it really is like the first time that somebody sweats in your mouth, bro, it's weird.
Yeah. That's just besides the fact.
So you have to get used to all these
sweat
things.
Itself is a whole other thing.
You have to get used to all these things.
Stepping on the mat,
Yeah.
How about yourself, Lynn? What would you tell this person?
I had everything that you guys have mentioned is exactly how it happened for me. I've been through some things, and it was really hard getting into jiu-jitsu because I would have a panic attack, or I'd just start crying every time I would have to work with a guy, or I'd have to work with somebody that was bigger than me. I think I got really lucky with this gym, though, because when I first started, there were a few females that did the class here and there. It was always constantly alternating and stuff like that. But for the most part, I had to learn how to roll with men. And it was hard, going through the motions and feeling what I was feeling. And, long ride, the car ride home, I was crying. During my rolls, I would have a panic attack, or, I would feel some type of way, run to the locker room, and I would have to catch my breath because I was embarrassed. Even though I had nothing to be embarrassed about, and neither does this person, all those feelings are going to come. If I didn't keep showing up, though, if I didn't have the supportive coach, team members, people to be able to confide in and be able to say, hey, can we take it easy this time, because I'm trying to, and I would work on my breathing. I was able to work on my mind. Controlling the mind was the biggest thing for me that I still go through, but I'm able to do it because I found the space to do it, and people allowed me to they gave me the space to do it. You find a lot of people that question you too much, or they push you out, or they're like, this person doesn't want to roll with me. And you don't even know what this person's going through, or what it is that the steps that they're taking to be able to be comfortable in the sport that we're all doing. And so all of those things, getting the exposure, little by little, I am one of those people that I do like to rip the Band-Aid off, and I'm just like, hey, I'm just going to go and do it. Regardless of how it affects me, I'll at least know how it affects me, and I'll deal with it the next time. And it gets better and better and better every single time. Definitely start off with somebody who you trust. Hey, can you show up there during this? Or what days are you available? Can I work with you with just this, though? Because this is all I can handle at the moment. Anybody that denies that is crazy, because you want to see that person succeed. Right. You want them to get to where they need to be. Being able to control your emotions, your mind, and taking that power back, that you can allow yourself to feel confident, to feel that you can do something. Give that back to yourself, because you can do it. You can definitely do it.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you when, because I remember, when you first stepped on and stuff like that, and it was just a weird thing, and obviously, I didn't want to push you hard like that, but now, 2+ years going in now, and you're a blue belt, and now you're rolling with the guys, and obviously dominating some of these other guys on the mat and stuff like that. There's a huge change.
Huge change. I'm not going to say that those triggers ever stopped. Every now and then, it doesn't happen as often, but for sure, even now, there have been times where I'll be in the middle of a roll for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. Maybe it's the position, maybe it was the force, maybe it was something. It will trigger me, and I have these moments where I'm like, but I can control it. That's something I'd never been able to do before. I need to stop. And I couldn't uncontrollably start crying or shaking, and that doesn't happen to me anymore. And I can definitely self-soothe myself and just say, hey, we're good. We're in a safe space. He doesn't know anything that's going on.
Right.
Actually, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know. Whatever is happening is internal, and I'm able to control it to be able to tell myself, we're good, we're okay, let's move forward. And moving forward is actually the best feeling.
You started a place with people, started a place with the head instructor that you can trust.
Yeah.
And let them know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it could be that, when 365 was smaller, Eric would pick people, and he would just roll with this person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When at Pablo's, when a new person comes in and it's their first day, Pablo picks certain people to roll with the new people in the gym, because I know you're gonna make them feel something, but not try to kill them. And you need to have that. You need to have that type of, like, that needs to be a thing. And if you're going through a traumatic experience, or trying to come out of a traumatic experience, you're only going to get out of that if people know. And they can help you work through it.
Yeah.
You can't help somebody work through something that you don't know. If you don't know that somebody got behind you and choked you from behind, then there's nothing you can do about it. And there are different names that we have for chokes in jiu-jitsu that you'll call them, that can be super offensive to somebody if you don't know.
Yeah.
And there's one I'm thinking about, I'm gonna call it the Wagner Rocha choke. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know, but if you know, then I'm just not going to try this on this person because I know that it could be a trigger. So,
Yeah,
I feel like as much as someone that is new trying to go in, whether you're male or female, especially a female, since we are on this topic right now, I think when you're seeking out gyms that you want to train with and stuff like that, some big red flags that you should look for like that is that if it's your first day and then they're automatically making you roll with everybody, like things like that. You know what I mean? Make sure that and then so I strongly recommend, like, if this is something that be upfront, behind closed doors with the coach and things like that, talking to them, so they understand where you're at and where you want to be at, where your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish, like that. And then at that, leave it at that. And then from there, from the coach, it's on the coach, to make sure that he puts you in situations to take those step by steps that Jules was talking about, like that. If there's not another female in the class, guess what? That professor, should step up and be the only one that's working with you, sure. Because they are the authority figure on the mat at the time, like that. But then more likely, if you have a solidified gym and things like that, that professor is more likely gonna have a to-go person. Hey, you know what? This is a person that you're going to train with only, like that. I trust them, like that. And then you're going to get the best, and little by little, like that, and you're talking about, okay, step by step,
right.
Where you're only going to skills days, all right?
You shouldn't be going to roll days.
Yeah, you're not going to roll days or dropping in on a Saturday for comp class.
Right.
All right, because those are the step-by-step things, what I mean?
Right.
Like that. And even, and honestly, like what Jules was talking about too, is that, okay, more likely, if you know that you're going through this and you're trying to take your power back and get out of it, come out of a traumatized situation like that, like, try to bring a friend or a family member.
Absolutely.
Like that. It's always great to to be with a buddy like that, and to stay in your comfort zone until you can step out of that, where you have to force yourself to grow, when you're finally getting gaining the confidence and the skills and everything like that. And then you're finally, okay, now I want to roll with her, right? Okay, I'm rolling with her and like that. Now I want to roll with him, like that, and so that's a big step. It's gonna take a while, like that, and hopefully, within that 2 to 3 year period, where, okay, you're making the jump from white to blue belt, you should already kind of be there already,
right.
Like that. I don't think I know any blue belt females that aren't confident, that like that. I think when you get to that point, like, man, like, enough, and like, and again, it just goes back to that question that I've asked you in the first episode, I believe, like, if you go to a party, how confident were you? And then you go back to that same party, how confident are you? Like that, but you're a blue belt.
People out. That's what's up.
She's in the corner. If only these people knew that.
I have that meme. The ground is my ocean.
But no, that's that absolutely, man. And it's not just for solid purposes, like you said earlier. That's everybody. Everybody's first thing. It doesn't manifest itself the same way. But when people first come in and do jiu-jitsu, and it's the first thing, and let's say it's somebody who hasn't been traumatized at all, but the first time you pin them down, they freak out. Yeah. They start trying to bench press you, like, it go 100% panic mode. And it's not even there. It's Muay Thai too. Like, you hit somebody in the face with a jab, and then all of a sudden their windmill punches coming. It's like, bro, what are you doing? We're not in front of fucking CVS.
I had to talk
like,
about
throw a regular punch.
I had to talk about this the other day. I mean, going with a white belt and you be white belt, anybody would tell you, like, it's way more dangerous than going against a veteran black belt or something like that. People think like, oh, this black belt's gonna kill me. Nah, that white belt's gonna kill me.
Right. Like that. You want to blow your ACL? Pick that white belt over there. You're just gonna blow
like that. And that's a real thing, and it's very scary, like that. Especially for me, I know I'm the mat enforcer the majority of the times in my class, like that, and to go with them, like, I don't give white belts no slack at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's the one-way ticket to the hospital. If you do something to them, they panic because they're acting out of pure instinct.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not out of control. It's out of instinct.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what I tell people is that, it's like a cobra, all right? A baby cobra, all right? When they out of instinct, they're gonna unload all their venom.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that. As for a veteran, older cobra or something like that, a venomous snake, they do just enough what needs to be done to neutralize.
Right.
Like that, because they don't know if another attacker's coming. So hey, if you empty the bottle, like that,
now you out. I'm done.
Like that, you empty the clip.
I'm just a worm now.
You're done.
At this point, I'm done.
Right? If it only takes 2 or 3 shots, that's it. You know what I mean? You got to save the other, for whoever might be coming after that. And so that's what the black belt does. You know what I mean? He does just enough to know to get the result or the desired result.
Yes.
Right. Like that. So for sure. All right, guys. thank you again, for your time. All right, if you're someone out there for sure that looking to get out of a situation like this and to regain your own power, I highly recommend it for sure. Without a shadow of a doubt, I promise you're gonna be in a safe place. All right, if you do your research and find the right school like that, and I'm 100% confident. That you're gonna be a lot more confident and well off, and not regret at all that making the decision to step onto the mat, and consistently coming in day by day like that. Whether you're female or a male, doesn't matter what it is like that. So go ahead and seek out a local school if this is something that you've been doing. Hey, this is the message right here that you've probably been waiting for, and and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, go ahead and pull the trigger on that, because you're not gonna be dissatisfied at all like that. So if you have any questions or comments, guys, or of what or how to start out and things like that, please leave it on the comments below. I'd love to get back to you and answer those for you like that. Any closing thoughts?
Man, just everybody's gonna have trauma responses. Everybody has something, and you just have to be cognizant that you individually are not the only person that's going through something. So there's always somebody that has been there, that knows it, and that can help you get through it, no matter what it is, whether it's starting jiu-jitsu or anything, or a business or whatever. Like, find the right person, talk to them, and that's the way. Like, that's the key to being great. Part of stepping out of your comfort zone is sometimes you have to open up and let people in where you normally wouldn't. Yeah. So just keep that in mind.
That's what growth is. How about yourself, Lynn?
Just to go off on that, you just start. Just go ahead and do it. Find somebody to help you do it. You can't do it alone. I'm picturing. I'm trying to think of this quote. I'm picturing it in my head where it was like, we can't get anywhere. It's something along the lines like, we can't get anywhere alone. Extend that hand, because we're gonna go a longer way, all of us together.
You can go far fast by yourself.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, no, you can go fast by yourself, but you can't go far.
Exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
That quote for sure. I like that. All right, guys. This is Sweat Equity. My name is Eric Valdez, alongside Jules Johnson and Lynn Lopez. Guys, all right. Please like, share, and comment on below if you have anything following what we're talking about today like that. All right. And again, guys, all right, congratulations again, Jules.
Thanks,
right,
sir.
so
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, for sure, guys. All right. Until next time, guys, y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see you.
Peace out.